All right, so this is Declan's Dinos. This is the dinosaur deck that when Declan asked me if we can play the Crash card game, if this is what we load up into the deck editor and play best of one with. Declan doesn't have the attention span to play best of three, so we play best of one when we play together. However, we are going to play this deck today in best of three. This is actually very similar to the other green-red style decks that we're playing. So this build specifically is leaning into Regisaur and Carnage Tyrant as its top end, as opposed to the more flying threat top end. I think Hellkite Phoenix is probably a little bit better on average than this Monsters package, but there's definitely matchups where this Dino package is better than the Rekindling Phoenix. So for example, against the green-red aggro deck, having this big giant blocker is a real big deal. I actually do have a couple of Ghaltas in the sideboard because they are good against like Sultai for going way over the top, as well as they're reasonable against the other green-red decks in the format. Temur, Domri, stuff like that. I think this deck's pretty reasonable. I'm going to go ahead and load this one up for the ladder as well here. I think it's perfectly fine. Go ahead and dive into some matches here and see how it goes. Yeah, Ghalta also doesn't have a great animation. Like, the Wurm's not strictly a dino, but believe it or not, Declan loves the animation, so we play that card. It's also, like, a really good card, but its animation is A+ fantastic. Hopefully we run into some Esper control, because this deck kind of gets to get Esper control. Man, it's a real shame we don't have a forest on one here, because Llanowar Elves into Druid would be real nuts. Vivien Reid, not stellar in a matchup like this. However, Thrashing Brontodon's actually incredibly good, because it's just a 3/4 for 3 that just, like, blocks like nobody's business. So really want to draw a land next turn so we can do this plus this. That's a 6-drop. That's a lot like a land, right? Like 6-drop land, very, very similar. I would love to trade for your 2/1 so you can flip this thing. Deal. Probably have a history or something and don't have another land. Yeah. Land is a little bit late here, but this does mean if I draw another land next turn, I can jam this Ravager Wurm into play, which would be great. That's a yikes. Need the 6th land next turn. Need the 6th land real bad. All right. I mean, that's at least 2 blockers, right? So we've got that going for us. It lets us stabilize the board a little bit here. If they have any type of all my creatures get +1/+1 effect, we're basically dead. If they don't have that, we might survive stumbling. Yeah, I assume that means we're dead, right? So I get to put this here. How many of these? I can take a hit from... Can I take a hit from 4? It's 5, 12, 17. I can take a hit from 4 of these, technically. All right. I'm going to 2, and all these things have at least 2 power, so I think that just means we're dead. Needed that to come last turn. Even if it came last turn, we're probably still just dead, right? Yeah, because I can, like, play this and kill one thing, and then they have 5 lethal attackers and I only have 3 blockers. So, their starting hand, they were on the play, their starting hand was ideal, we were on the draw, and we missed a land drop. So it's just like how you about expected that to go, basically. Get to cut a bunch of our top end and bring in some more cheap interaction, which is fine. Yildrin, thanks for the Prime support. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. I don't think this matchup's too terrible for us on average if we get to, like, actually play Magic. Unfortunately, Magic the Gathering happens on occasion. Yeah, I mean, like, white aggro, red aggro, mono blue, like, all these decks prey on the fact that, like, your opponent's gonna stumble occasionally. They leverage the fact that Magic the Gathering is a high variance game. I did not update Stream Decker. Thank you for the heads up. Since I'm not posting deck lists on Twitter, I'm posting them in a channel on the subs Discord now as we change decks. And, that change of habit is taking some getting used to. Thank you. I appreciate the heads up on the stream decker. So if they don't have removal here, I get to play Ripjaw on 3 and to activate this on 4. So we've got pretty good defense set up. They're missing a land. Now I get to go Ripjaw into Regisaur, so that's really nice. So we lost last game because we stumbled. They're probably going to lose this game because they're stumbling. Welcome to Magic the Gathering. I think they kept 7 on the draw, though, so I really don't have much sympathy for them. So on the draw here for game 3, we really want a hand that has like Shivan Fire or Llanowar Elves in the opener. And I'm going to go ahead and mulligan this. Am I going to mulligan this one? It has Drover in it. That's probably too slow. I'm going to mulligan. Did they mulligan last game? It's more reasonable then. Maybe I'm supposed to keep that because I have Drover. Drover makes red mana. Trying to dig for my 3rd land seems appealing though too here. What did they keep? Ghalta is for Grolmirs as well as Sultai. We could triple. If they give us a history lesson, we could be in a little bit of trouble. You're not wrong. Or like history plus removal. So this is a pretty good start for them. Shivan Fires, yikes. I guess I just pass, huh? Huh. Well, that explains what they kept, I guess. If I draw a red source, my worm kills this. This game sucks sometimes. I don't know how people stomach playing best of 1 after matches like that. Like, I was just like, three matches in a row were just like, the only deciding outcome was like, I missed a land, they missed a land, I missed a color. The smoothing algorithm doesn't really help in best of 1. It helps you on your opening hand, and that's it, right? Like, there's still plenty, like, none of those games were lost because I didn't mulligan enough, right? So, like, the best of 1 smoothing hand helps with your opening hand, but it still doesn't mean, like, you don't keep speculative hands that need things to pan out. You kill them turn 4, the top of your deck doesn't matter too much. That's fair, I guess. That's true. Hating Nexus of Fate's probably a fair assertment. I think it's nonsense to not call best of 1 true Magic. I'd actually make the argument that best of 1 is more true Magic than best of 3, because best of 1 is how the majority of people play Magic the Gathering. There are far more casual people playing games that are effectively best of 1 out there than people playing best of 3 could ever dream of. I guess if they play a 4th gate and gates ablaze me next turn, I'm sad, but if they don't do that, they're dead, so go. I mean, like, so, like, Dallas, the problem with what you're saying there is, this isn't an opinion piece. Like, playing best of 1 is objectively Magic by the definition of playing Magic. It's like saying, it's like if someone says, well, 2 plus 2 is 5, and I don't care if you say it's 4, I think it's 5, and we just need to agree to disagree. It's like some things aren't really an agree to disagree so much as sometimes someone's just wrong. Yet it's tough to, like, not want to hurt people's feelings, I guess, but, like, sometimes things just are or aren't. It's not, this is my opinion. It's like, this isn't really something we have opinions on. It's like, yeah, this is just wrong. I think this is a Ghalta matchup. They don't really have good removal to kill it. Vivien seems fine, too. I think this is fine. I think I'd rather have Vivien's and Domri's than Cindervines. I wonder if Collision Colossus... I wonder if Collision Colossus is better than Vivien just because it punches through. If 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 7. Yeah, this is the last deck of the day, Prof Dr. Mister. For the next month or so, I'm going to be maintaining a little bit more strict schedule, which means only about 7 hours a day live. Back in my day, we didn't even have the 4-of rule. Real Magic, Richard Garfield intends you to open booster packs and only played with cards that you opened. And I'm not joking on that, by the way, either. The original intention of Magic the Gathering was for you to open cards in booster packs and not buy signals. Nox Prox, thank you very much for the checking out the sponsor there. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good one. Be sure to drop me a message in private. Let me know which deck you'd like to bump in the queue for that.
Take a peek. You know, like
Ooh, Ghalta's a good one. Ghalta's bigger than a ram. Oh no! I just assumed that I was going to be able to jump block here, but them getting 2 gates with this means they get to kill Domri. They kill me or Domri. Yeah, I can't jump block anymore. Another Ghalta, eh? Alright, so pretty dead to Gates Ablaze, but that's like just kind of true of your creature deck a lot of the time in this matchup. Just need to hope they don't have it so we can ram Ghaltas down their throat. Why is this goat bigger than my dinosaurs? I feel like there's been a flavor violation. I work in an LGS, and so many of our Keyforge players just buy ridiculous volumes of decks to open a slightly above average one. Sounds like TCG players. Wow, okay, so they're gonna have a 10-10 here. I guess this kills me pretty quickly, huh? So next turn I get to play this, and then if they block this, they take 12, 15, 18, 19. I think I have to no blocks here. It's a shame this is legendary, huh? Thank goodness Ghalta's bigger than the goat. Alright, this leaves me dead to Gates Ablaze, but I'm dead to Gates Ablaze regardless, actually, right? Because it would take a bunch of toughness off of this and they'd kill me with Trample. Bio Bolas. We'll do Nox Prox. Just spend some time building decks tonight. A lot of build around submissions towards the top of the queue. I could play second Ghalta untapped, that's true. I kind of like going wider, though. What is Bio Bolas? It is a 4-color deck using Biomancer's Familiar alongside Nicol Bolas that I'm going to build. Ghalta Ripjaw required me to tap this, so if they blocked the 4/4, they'd take 12, 16, 21, and they were at 23. Yeah, they had a blocker. This thing has Vigilance, too, for some reason. I think I block with just this. So that way, so if I block with just this, next turn, let's say they block Carnage Tyrant plus a 4/4, they still take 12 and die. I think I just chump block. And then we play Carnage Tyrant and run them down next turn. Because they're dead through Gates Ablaze here still. Because if they Gates Ablaze now, they lose their gate. Wow, game 3 is really good there. Super punished for not trading with the Ram. Got it. Alright, no longer have anywhere near lethal. Nowhere near lethal. Great. Why are there things so much bigger than my dinos? And we're dead in the air. Because I didn't trade. I think we're probably dead there regardless. It's a tough one. I think I'm happy with how I boarded. Let's take this game on the play. I'm not panicking, you're panicking. Why are all these creatures bigger than our dinosaurs? That's why Ixalan failed. Ixalan's a failure. All these other creatures. Last game we played against knights that were bigger than my dinosaurs. This game there's goats that are bigger than my dinosaurs. Why are my dinosaurs the smallest creatures around? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me? Ixalan had pygmy dinosaurs. This is why they're extinct. They were kind of small. All right, let's draw a land next turn and get this this Vivien going. They just have nothing. They mulliganed again and didn't have a gate on one. That doesn't bode well for them. Well, I'd say we're unlucky because we missed a land drop, but opponent's currently suffering worse than we are, so we won't complain. Alright, got there. Got there against the mulligans. Because they tried to make Giants and Lorwyn be big idiots and they were terrible. Do. I would love to play first. Llanowar Elf. No elf has a drover though. Turn 3 Ripjaw on the play, hard to complain about. Got some removal too. Hopefully they're not playing Esper. Damn it. Please be some kind of Abzan deck. Mardu maybe? Maybe they're Black-White Angels. Maybe they're Black-White Angels and these cards have text. Maybe they're Black-White Angels and these cards have text. They must be Esper controlled or missing land drops. That's what Esper control does. It's like tribal miss land drops. Yeah, that's always the scary part. Like, they miss land, so it's like, well, they have 6 spells in their hand right now. 7 spells. Who's got 2 thumbs and is dead to Akaya's Wrath? This guy right here. If they're Akaya's Wrath deck, we probably can't win this game anyways, just because we have 2 blanks in our hands. So it's like, come at me. And if there's they're Akaya's Wrath deck and they keep missing lands, I just want to kill them before they get to that card. Confirmed Esper. I don't want to use Colossus because it feels like they have a removal spell here. Feels like they have a piece of spot removal. Yeah, this is why I wasn't using Colossus. Howdy, howdy, Anner. Oh no! They're gonna kill one of my elves.
I'll phase
Thankfully, this is lethal. Wow. Okay. Okay, interesting. This plays around Collision Colossus. I mean, they're not dead if they have Land Wrath. If they have Land Wrath, we're probably behind. Especially if it's a blue land. Alright. Like, thankfully they're playing Mist Land Drops deck, so let's get all these silly pieces of interaction out of my deck. Put in some Fatty Booms. Actually, do I leave in Collision Colossus because it kills Thief of Sanity and Lyra? Probably. It's probably supposed to be a thing that stays in my deck. Says 29 creatures. It's probably fine. Nah, you just deal with potential snipers. It's not really that big of a deal. Even with the top 1,000 thing at the end of the month, I'm really not that worried about it. Streaming on a delay makes for worse content because it makes it harder for me to interact with the people in chat, and content pays my bills, whereas the top 1,000 is just like this added bonus thing. Laos Wade, thank you for the 12 months of Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Welcome to the Knights of the Land. The competitive advantage of Twitch chat, right? Digitech Wire, thanks for cashing in that Twitch Prime. And One Crot, welcome, folks. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, Herbs, man. I'm pretty good at catching messages as they come up. And, like, again, part of the goal of switching into sub-only mode, in addition to cutting out some of the clutter, is to allow me to catch more messages from people that I really care about catching them from. You think the Incubation Druids and the Domri deck are necessary? I keep feeling underwhelmed by them and consider exchanging them for the full four Harpooner and Brontodon. I like having the extra acceleration, but I could see that being reasonable. I can definitely see just more quality threats being good. I know about Vivien, so I assume if they have removal, this is dying again. I guess they could have, this is good for us, because now we have 2 Vivien, so we get to, like, unless they have land, other thought erasure, like land, Disdain, Full Stroke, or Negate, we get to stick a Vivien next turn, which lets us generate some advantage here. Went down to 2 Incubation Druid. I could see that too, so, like, going down to just, like, 6 Accelerants. I could see that being okay, and like playing the full more Harpooners and stuff.
Wild and come to me.
I would love Regisaur Alpha. The Ghaltas in the sideboard are for the Grolmirs as well as Sultai. They're for matches where the boards get stalled because Ghalta punches through a stalled board.
I know my responsibility.
So if they tuck Vivien in here, the Regisaur Alpha that they know about kills Teferi, which I think is fine for me.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Is it greedy to put a couple Hadana's Climb in the Domri build? Probably. Probably. Hero of the Precinct one? Really? Okay, that's, are they not on sweepers then? Alright, we're done playing around sweepers then, I guess. Smash. Smash. Iron Man, thanks for the Prime support. Hope you're having a good one. Welcome, welcome. Huh. Yeah, I agree. I think Climb's worse than just playing more individually powerful threats. I'm gonna attack first tier, because in the event they have Absorb, I want them to have to be blocking before they get to Absorb and gain health and make tokens. Sub baby season, toss my tier 2 towards a spicy modern deck. Will do be interesting. Thanks for the 9 months and welcome back. This Dorko's got trample, which is real good here. Now, I think it's incredibly likely that my opponent's going to have something to not die there, so I'd rather just attack. And if they're chumping to not die, then that's a win for me too. There's no need to be overly aggressive and not get my Vivien down this turn.
That would break someone like you.
Modern doesn't really have a metagame. Modern's a format where it's so expensive to change decks, not only in terms of money, but also in terms of time commitment to learn a new deck, that people don't really drop the deck that they like playing and go pick something else up just because it becomes bad. I wonder if I was supposed to take Carnage Tyrant last turn, just because it would have had haste because of this.
The wilds are my shield.
Yep, yeah, people develop emotional attachments frequently to decks in Modern and formats like it. Like, they identify with their deck of choice. And, they wouldn't dream of playing something else because they just really enjoy the play patterns or the iconic cards that archetype plays. And, there's, themes in Modern. So, for example, a majority of the decks that are good in Modern are decks that tend to have proactive or linear game plans more than anything else. They're forced to mortify a token here because the tokens have trample, so they can't be chump blocking them. Yes, I wonder if we'll see a double block here. They're just kind of screwed, right? Even if they have a Kaya's Wrath here, I have Vivien on 7, so they need Wrath plus an answer to Vivien. This is definitely a mistake on their part. They should have double blocked the Thrashing Brontodon to kill it, but it probably doesn't matter. Well, I guess if Kaya's Wraths are only out, it's actually right to not block with this, because then it gains them a life when they Kaya's Wrath. They can attack Vivien for 2 and then Kaya's Wrath. Onward, upward, backward, forward. Smashy, smashy. Yeah, Burn's a tier deck in Modern. Burn is frequently one of the better decks in the format. Burn, the big thing Burn has going for it in Modern, while it's less fast than some of the other more explosive things, Burn in Modern is incredibly consistent. So, my opinion of the current Modern format is that you should be looking for your deck, if you want an ideal deck, to be doing 2 things. One is you want your deck to have an incredibly linear, proactive game plan that if you're just goldfishing, what I mean by that is if you're just ignoring your opponent, you want to be able to end the game by turn... You want to be able to end the game by turn 3 or 4 with some consistency when your modern deck goldfishes. 2, the second thing you want your good modern deck to be able to do is you want just a smidgen of interaction. Like, not a ton of interaction like a control deck, but like interactive just enough that it can slow down other linear decks that might be a hair faster than it. This is the last deck of the day, Coach Berg. So for the next month until the new set releases, I'm going to be scaling back my schedule a little bit to only about 7 hours a day as opposed to the 8 to 12 I've been doing. So we're going to be wrapping up sometime between 2:30 and 3:30 every day moving forward. My opponent did nothing and then they died. Is it safe to assume they're on... I feel like I just assume they're on Temur Reclamation based on their start. So I want Cindervines, I want Vivien... Do I want Collision Colossus or Domri? Collision Colossus protects me from... Kills Niv Mizzet. Maybe leave a couple of these in. Trim a piece of our top end here, I think. This seems reasonable. Let's give this a try. Not 100% sure what they're doing. They just, like, played 2 lands and then they died. Yeah, I think Dredge is very good. I think Dredge and Blue Red Phoenix are both fantastic. There are a lot of decks that meet the criteria I just described for decks that are good in Modern. I personally, I've really been loving the Vannifear combo deck in Modern. That's my go-to at the moment for things I like playing that are both proactive and have a little bit of interaction in them. And again, at the end of the day, remember, Magic's a game you should play for fun, right? So, like, finding a deck that has play patterns that you enjoy is more important than the ultimate power level of anything you could be playing. Like, nothing in Magic wins enough of the time for you to be miserable while you're playing. Like, if at any point you're playing a game of Magic and you're not having fun, you should, like, take a step back and reassess why you're engaging in that game. That's aggressive. I guess they didn't want me to play a 4-drop this turn, which kind of makes sense. There's still going to be random Relungies. I'm not sure. Maybe every once in a while, but definitely not this week. I've just been doing a little bit too much personally and need to take a little bit more personal time. Like, I had, like... It'd been, like... in February, I think I only made it out to the gym, like, 4 or 5 times, which is definitely not good enough. Need to exercise more frequently. Even with the old standing desk, still become a bit of a slug. So if they have Niv Mizzet next turn, we just get to play Ravager Wurm and eat him, which is sweet. I did not see that Digitech. I pretty much just, outside of the sub-Discord, I kind of unplugged from all Magic over the weekend. Have you met my friend, Ravager Wurm? Have you heard about my worm? I think we're in a pretty good spot here. This deck's kind of like a nightmare for the Temur Reclamation deck. Like, we just have a ton of things that don't die to red removal, which is, like, real bad scene for them. If they can kill my Cindervines and start casting Nexus of Fate, they could be okay here. Or bounce my Cindervines and start casting Nexus of Fate. Yep, yeah, I agree, Berg. And again, like, even, like, this is just, like, says how much I've been doing. Like, my plan to scale back is still going to be 30, 35 hours a week or so, which is, like, a good bit of Magic still. They're actually just dead on board still, right? They need to have a Lightning Strike here as well. The Temur decks seemed really unimpressive every time I played against it. And even if they have Lightning Strike here, they go to 7 and then Cindervines on Reclamation kills them. So it looks like they're kind of just dead. Getcha. These are my dinos. So like I said, I built this deck because Declan really wanted to play with dinosaurs. But as a whole, the deck is like super reasonable. Good quality proactive game plan, good monsters, etc, etc. It's an excellent Hearthstone hand. Unfortunately, it's a mediocre Magic hand. Let's try and find some lands. Oh, Magic the Gathering. Oh, Magic. I have Venfaith. I just don't think that deck's very good because it just has too many low quality cards on average. I think matchups like this tend to be okay for us. Let's just I was just waiting to see some other cards so I could see what was going on with them. Thanks for the great content as always. It's a treat to be edutained after a long day of work. I feel like I've grown as a player since watching your show. I've spread the good word to my playgroup and they dig your modern memes. Awesome, Fragabo, and thank you for the bits. Hope you're having a good Monday wherever you're at. Alright. I think I just do this. This is a matchup where Ghalta... I wonder if Ghalta is better than Carnage Tyrant here. This is probably a matchup where the board's just going to gum up a lot, right? Which makes this card excellent. Let's try this. They're like a little Gruul decks. Like, I have been bringing in Ghalta against the other mid-range decks, but like, with the Legion War boss, it makes me think they're more aggressive on average. But OP is doing that, is it right? Yeah, if I was the opponent, I probably would have just killed me with Legion War Boss. The fact that they showed me more things was good for me. This hand is an excellent start. Say hello to my friend, the 3-4 for 3. We go way back. Hopefully we draw like Ripjaw Raptor. That card's absurd in these ground pounding mirror matches. Enjoy your 3-3. Just any dinos really at this point. Pretty reasonable. Hopefully we draw spells. There's definitely a very real danger of just like drawing mana sources and dying from here. Our deck is pretty mana heavy. I think we've got 23 lands and 11 mana creatures. Although I guess even drawing Incubation Druid at this point is not bad, because Incubation Druid would be a 3-5 on this board, and like 3-5's pretty good. Which is one of the reasons why Incubation Druid is so good. It's a mana creature that like has good stats in situations like this, where we're flooding a hair. This card is aggressively mediocre. And all of my time spent playing it. Alright, they have a 4-4. It's pretty good in the board full of 3-4s. One of your finest bombs, please. Thud. This is my dino. What a day we live in that Watchwolf with upside is mediocre. Yep, Snapbolt, you're not wrong. Well, is it fair to call it Watchwolf with upside? It's more like modal Watchwolf, right? And I guess maybe you could argue that not calling modes upside is splitting hairs, but I do feel like it's a little different. Hey, look, another mana creature that has upside on it. This is my 3-3 for 2. I definitely think from positions like this, our deck tends to be favored just because we have more big top decks. Although Growth Chamber Guardian on their side of the table is now dead. God bless us, everyone. I wonder if it's possible I should attack with Ghalta there to like try and bait bad attacks in the face of Shivan Fire. I think trading my Ghalta for a bunch of their stuff is not ideal, yes. I think as the game goes long, they're more likely to run out of gas than we are. And I have a lot of, like, you know, giant things in my deck, and their things are, like, tiny-ish. If they find a bird at any point, like if they have Rekindling Phoenix, that's bad for us. So, I do have 4 Lava Coils in my deck, so we've got that going on. Not that we can draw any of those. And this is, board states like this are why I am a fan of, like, the Rekindling Phoenix Scrag and Hellkite package, because, like, you gum the ground up a little bit like this, it's pretty easy to win in the air. The fact that I don't have Vivien Reid in my deck might be a mistake. Just because, like, I don't have a way to, like, generate card advantage in these board stalls like this. So, like, the Phoenix just runs away with it. They have, like, a Lightning Strike here. We could be in trouble. Normal removal is cheating. Yep. Dead in 2. Guess we'll take one more draw to thing. Do I use all of my sponsors' products? Everything on this scroller up here that are ads that I place myself, I use personally. Most of the Tempo Storm sponsors I've gotten products from at this point to sample so I can have first-hand experience with them. Like their Lucid Audio headset is one that I've used. I'm supposed to be getting a racer chair at some point, but I've not gotten one just yet. I don't have first-hand experience with that one. That game really showed the power of flying creatures. Flying creatures confirmed good. Flying creatures a little bit better than Ghalta installed boards. It's a little bit better. We need some flying dice. Where are the pterodactyls? Flying is cheating. Grohl says as he smashes the table. Clean your house. Get out of here. You can listen to me in the background, I swear. I watch streams while I do the dishes too. Lightning striking your own creatures is always the correct play. Well, it was game winning, right? So if it won the game there, it must always be right. All right, Esper. hand, like, Carnage Tyrant, decent against Esper, Ravager Wurm, okay, Lava Coil, not so great. The fact that we don't have any plays in the mid game here is kind of awkward. Yeah, I think I'm putting that together for tomorrow, Billiam. If I recall correctly. All right, absorb that one. I have no idea, Gorks. Zero clue. So, I'm going to go ahead and play Ravager Wurm this turn, and the reason why I'm doing this is Ravager Wurm can be counterspelled, whereas Carnage Tyrant cannot. So playing Ravager Wurm this turn while my opponent's tapped out, and they could have counterspells in hand, is ideal, because this way, next turn when they're holding a counterspell up, they then can't counter my Carnage Tyrant.
Keep up the pace.
I think I just attack them here. I don't think it matters. I think whatever, regardless of what I do, it's dying. I'm gonna go ahead and play Carnage Tyrant. And now I'm playing Carnage Tyrant while they're tapped out because I needed to kill Teferi next turn. So if we get Kaya's Wrath again here, we're probably gonna go ahead and pack it up, pack it in. If we don't get Kaya's Wrath, we're still playing a game of Magic.
We need to move quickly.
Yeah, probably dead. We're solidly into garbage time here. To cut our bad removal, board in some more Planeswalkers. I don't think this is a Cindervine matchup. I think I'd rather just have Collision Colossus for any Lyras or Thieves of Sanity that could come in out of the sideboard on me. Yeah, Teferi. The fact that Teferi is basically 3 mana is what makes him so powerful. Well. This is where the magic happens. Donovan, thanks for checking out the quip. I appreciate that. Hope you enjoy your brush. Be sure to drop me a message and let me know which deck you'd like to bump up. Alright, well, we've got some good old dinos in hand here. I assume this is dead. Yeah, if we draw a land here, I'm probably going to trade Bronte for the Search for Azcanta. I think overall, if you're looking to play some dinosaurs, I think this deck's a fine deck to play dinosaurs in. I do think this is worse than playing the other monster mid-range plan, though. I think Rekindling Phoenix and Scraggan Hellkite are a little bit more powerful on average, but if you've got a son like me who really wants to play some dinos, I like this build as far as all dino things considered. Z Mystic, thank you for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here and shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. That's going to be it for me for today, folks. I'm going to be wrapping up sometime between 2:30 and 3:30 on most days for the next month or so, just so I can get a little bit of balance back in my life. When the new set drops, we'll probably do some more long days like we were doing previously. As always, I'll be back tomorrow morning about 8 a.m. Central Standard Time with a modern deck on MTGO, and then we'll be kicking off Magic Arena with Standard about 9:30 or so. So thanks everyone for hanging out, and I really appreciate it. Remember, if you want more content from myself, you can head over to my website or my YouTube channel. Find lots of great videos of stuff on me there. And if you want to hang out here on Twitch, I'm going to find someone else streaming Standard Constructed to give a host to before I sign off. So have a good one. Mr. Jensen is on, and he looks to be playing red-green beats as well. Let's send you over his way.